The San Francisco 49ers just obliterated the Dallas Cowboys on national television. I'm sorry, Micah. What was that? You're from Harrisburg, I believe is where you're from, where bullies get bullied. Facts. What an unbelievable win. What an unbelievable performance. What an unbelievable show that the San Francisco 49ers just put on for the rest of the world. The San Francisco 49ers just put the entire league on notice. This is the best team in the NFL, period. No other team is better than the San Francisco 49ers. This is no bias. This is no homer BS. There is no team. I got to watch all the football today. I just chilled, vibed, watched football as I got ready to head down to Santa Clara. There is no other team in the NFL playing like this week in, week out, doing what the San Francisco 49ers are doing 6 games in a row, where the San Francisco 49ers have scored 30 plus or more with noodle arm Brock Purdy. We're smoking that Steven Ruiz pack. Where you at, Steven? Steven Ruiz tried to tweet during the game saying, oh, Brock Purdy's going to win the MVP, isn't he? No. Nope. No, sirree. No, sir, you ain't coming across this line, Steven. Steven, you made your claim that if the San Francisco 49ers win the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, you will never cover the NFL again. We got the receipts. Do not try to step over the line and say, oh, Brock Purdy looks really. Nope. No, we remember just last week, this guy, Steven Ruiz, said that Sam Darnold could win the Super Bowl with 49ers, but not Brock Purdy. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? How's that turning out? How's that working for you? I think Brock Purdy threw four touchdowns today. Is that what it was? 4 touchdowns today, 0 interceptions, 1 sack. Brock Purdy went 17 for 24, 252 yards, and was surgical. Brock Purdy, I have never seen, ever, and this is not hyperbole, I have never seen an offense with a team that plays in this stadium ever play this good than with Brock Purdy at quarterback. Never. I've never seen it. Have you? Nope. You haven't, because it's never happened. We're watching Mr. Irrelevant take down the NFL, and man, I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. Niners, the most physical team in the world. No team is bullying the San Francisco 49ers. It ain't happening. It's not happening. I was told that the Dallas Cowboys had the best defense in the league. That's what I was told. I was told Brock Purdy has a noodle arm. I was also told Brock Purdy will never win a Super Bowl. I was also told Brock Purdy's dink and dunk. I was also told Trey Lance was better than Brock Purdy. And again, that's not a stray at Trey. I'm just saying. So, shout out Brock. And we're going to go down the list. Of players who played great tonight, because there's more than just Brock. So, last week, who'd they play last week? They played, I'm too hyped off this game, I can't even remember who they played last week. Who'd the 49ers play last week? 49ers played Who did he play? Arizona. The 49ers played Arizona. And that game, I had called for George Kittle to be the player of the game. And then we did Prediction Friday, right? We do our Prediction Friday. We do Offensive Player of the Game predictions, Defensive Player of the Game predictions, bold takes, and final score predictions. So I doubled down on George Kittle. We didn't get it last week, so I'm like, you know what? It feels like it's about to still pop for George Kittle. Now, my bold prediction was 2 touchdowns. I think it was 115 yards. Well, I was wrong. He blew past that bold prediction. He went 3 touchdowns on 3 receptions. That's what George did. George said, I don't need any of the fluff. Just give me 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, and we're cooking. We had the one in the corner of the end zone right here where my finger is. First touchdown to George Kittle right here. Great throw. Brock Purdy on the move. One of the things that I love about Brock Purdy, literally probably one of my favorite things about Brock Purdy, is he does not need anything to be perfect to be able to throw the football accurately. He can be running to his left. He can be running to his right. He can be flushed out of the pocket. He could be spinning out of the pocket. He could be stepping into the pocket. He could be fading diagonally out of the pocket. He can be stuttering in the pocket. He could jump past. Brock Purdy can throw the football from literally any imaginable platform. He is not limited to having to be a perfect pocket, a perfect situation. If Brock needs to bail, he's gonna bail, and he can throw it on the move with accuracy, with touch. Shout out Brock. Shout out George. George had a day. Good to see George have a day. I know people, when he's not scoring touchdowns, they're getting upset about their fantasy teams, and they got things to say about George. But happy to see George come away with the stats, and well deserved. He had a phenomenal day. Phenomenal day. 3 touchdowns. What else could you say about Greg? Greg was balling. And they. Whoa. 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 I guess this is what happens when you're set up on water bottles. George balled. Brandon Ayuk balled. He had 4 receptions for 58 yards, but he had some good catches. Brock wasn't perfect on the day. He had a pass or 2 behind. Still played well. Deebo Samuel had 3 receptions for 55 yards. Christian McCaffrey, 2 receptions for 27. Kyle Juszczyk, 4 receptions for 26 and a touchdown. That was a really good play. That Kyle Juszczyk touchdown was also right about here on the field. I was sitting off screen about right there. Had a great spot in the lower bowl. Yes, Jordan Mason touchdown. Jordan Mason was balling, man. Felt like Christian McCaffrey was getting beat up a little bit, and it felt like the 49ers really wanted to make a concerted effort to give CMC some rest. And Jordan Mason played phenomenally. Really happy with that. JP Hellahard says, I said we the most physical team in the world. Let's go. Hold on. Overall, let's see what else. We talked about the offense. We had the razzle dazzle play, the flea flicker to George Kittle. Purdy also got smoked on that play, by the way. He got lit up. Another attribute that we love so much about Brock is his toughness, his willingness to stand in the face of pressure. Knowing he's going to take hits, he still delivers the throw. Absolutely fantastic. I really do love it. Vishal says, it was good to see the 2021 wide back Debo lined up at running back again. Yeah, we had some good Debo Samuel plays and stuff like that. But it wasn't just the offense. We can't just talk about the offense. Shout out to the San Francisco 49ers defense. Who gets shout outs today? Shout out to Fred Warner. Shout out to Oren Burks. Shout out to Dre Greenlaw. Nick Bosa. Diamador Lenore. Who else? Kevin Givens, Charvarius Ward, Tashawn Gibson, Eric Armstead, Hufanga. Shout out to the 49ers defense. Fred Warner was possessed today. He was making play after play after play, third down stop after third down stop early on. Fred was a menace today. He had a sack, he had an interception, pass deflection, forced fumble. He had multiple stops. That forced fumble that he had along the sideline was fire. The crazy thing is that the San Francisco 49ers could have beat them worse. They could have put more points on them if they didn't have that turnover in the end zone. Christian McCaffrey fumbled like on the 5. And then Fred was able to help get the 49ers out of that mess after I think he sacked Dak Prescott. But it could have been an even bigger beating by the San Francisco 49ers if they didn't fumble on the inside the 5. So, man, this team right now, we talked about it a lot this offseason. Obviously, this offseason was derailed by backup quarterback talk, which is again wild to see. It was wild to see Trey Lance out here. We got chants in the stadium saying, "We want Trey, we want Trey." People wanted to see Trey, but we got to see Trey Lance out here in a Cowboy uniform. It was it was weird to see. It was just weird to see because that was only like a month and a half ago, and it feels like another world ago that Trey Lance was on the San Francisco 49ers. But honestly, man, you look at the San Francisco 49ers, what they did as a team, 37 minutes time of possession to the Dallas Cowboys, 22. They had 400. Oh, dude, I was so close. I was so close. Someone did a giveaway post, and they said project the total amount of offensive yards, and I said 420. The 49ers had a 421 total yards of offense to the Cowboys 197, 251 passing yards, 170 rushing yards. The Dallas Cowboys only rushed for 57 yards. Dak Prescott, well, I don't even know if this was all Dak's stats because he got benched for a while. The Dallas Cowboys threw for 140. All right, we got a Dak Prescott quote. Dak Prescott says, "I didn't see it coming. This might be the most humbling game I've ever been a part of." Well, that's funny that Dak says that this is the most humbling game that he's ever been a part of, because for me personally, this was one of the most pleasurable games that I've ever experienced. The most satisfying W's I think I've ever watched. Honestly, I'm not sure that there have been a lot of great games. There have been a lot of good games that the San Francisco 49ers have played recently. I mean, when I think of great games, I think of the divisional round in 2011 against the Saints. I think of, man, even the Saints comeback win, or the 49ers comeback win, or the 49ers shootout against the Saints in 2019. There's a bunch of different games. playoff game against Cap, 100%. Or against Green Bay. This is up there. Like this, I don't know. This is up there. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer of a game, to be honest. I thought that Dallas was going to be able to score more. I thought Micah Parsons might be a factor. Micah Parsons was a non-factor today, guys. Micah Parsons was a literal non-factor. Colton McKivitz had a nasty pancake block on DeMarcus Lawrence on the Christian McCaffrey touchdown. I'm excited to see the O-line and see how they performed on tape because Brock Purdy looked clean for the most part. Running lanes look decent. Man, the offensive line's improving. They're getting better. Not surprised there. I'm really happy with this team, man. Matthew says, main question. How can I get that sick hat Kittle was wearing in the SVP postgame interview? Let's go Niners. I did not see that interview, so I have no idea what hat he was wearing, but I'll check it out. We'll see. We'll see what Kittle was rocking. But man, what a great win. I'm telling you, man, the energy here, this was the best energy we've had at Levi's all year. The fans were on point today. The buzz around the stadium was, you could feel it, man. Like I tell you guys all the time, like I'm at almost every game, so like I can kind of judge, like, is their energy flat? Are they hyped? Like you can kind of gauge after you've been able to see them so many times. Today, everyone was hyped. The fans, the players, you could feel the energy in the stadium. So I'm not surprised that the San Francisco 49ers cleaned up against the Dallas Cowboys, man. Feels good. I'm not going to lie. It feels freaking amazing to be a San Francisco 49er fan right now. The 49ers are 6-0. And guess who? The only other team that's undefeated right now in the NFL, and it's the Philadelphia Eagles. So right now, it's between the 49ers and Philly. We'll worry about Philly in a couple weeks. But right now, we're going to focus on this dub. We're going to focus on embarrassing. We're going to focus on embarrassing. Sorry, 5-0. Got ahead of myself. We're going to focus on embarrassing the Dallas Cowboys. Man, what a win. What a win. I'm over here thinking about, we're already 6-0. Nope, not yet. 5-0. See, I'm too excited right now. But man, what a victory. It's cool I got on the field tonight, so that was dope. Got on the field for the first time. Got to witness someone get engaged down there, so that was pretty cool. Today was just a fun night, man. It started out a little interesting. I had this couple behind me that told me to sit down twice within the first 5 minutes of the game starting. Like, she literally touched me. She pushed my shoulder while I was filming and told me to sit down. I thought that was one of the wildest things I've ever experienced. I don't know how many football games I've been to now, but to have someone tell me to sit down at a football game and this is the best part, Everyone was standing up in front of me. It wasn't like I'm some Yahoo where it's second and 5 in the middle of the second quarter and they're driving and I'm just the only one standing up in the section. No, everyone in front of me is standing up. I'm like, ma'am, have you ever been to a sporting event before? Do you know how this works? I was like, do you see the gentleman in front of me? He is standing up, which means I can't see, so I have to stand up. Do you understand how that works? And then by the end, they're standing. I'm like, what? Well, what is this? Like, come on. Buddy was yelling at me, hey, sit down. Hey, man, sit down. I'm like, bro, the game just started. Oh, they're turning the lights off on me. Oh, it looks sick. Hold on. It was funny, man. Like, I was like, if you tell me to sit down one more time, it's like, you lucky I'm working right now, because if you tell me to sit down one more time, I'm gonna lose it. Like, it was crazy. It's like, what, you tell me to sit down? I'm at a football game. You see everyone else around you standing up. And again, shout out to Levi Stadium, because that's what the energy was like. Everyone was standing from the start of kickoff. No one wanted to sit. No one wanted to sit down. Everyone was standing because they were hyped. She had the audacity to poke me in the shoulder, not just like a tap, like one of those two-finger shove, like it moved me while I was filming. And I was like, ma'am, don't ever touch me again. Do not ever touch me again. Her dude said, that's fair. He's like, that's fair. I was like, is this your first time ever to a football game? Like, what are we doing here? I was like, don't ever touch me ever again, please. Like, that would be great. And then we had a fine time, and went on with our day, and I stood whenever I wanted. But that was that was something I've never experienced before. Um, but I thought it was pretty funny when I was like, "Don't ever touch me." I was like, "Don't touch me." And I looked straight at her dude, and her dude was like, "That's fair. That's fair." I was like, "You're damn right. That's fair. Don't ever just go out of your way and touch. Like, what are we doing?" Anyways, um, the joys of being in the stands. Um, Also, our aisle turned into the splash zone because someone spilled a drink. I swear to God, there was 15 to 20 people who fell so hard right next to me because the entire aisle was so slippery. And the whole game, dude, we called it the splash zone because they would drop their drinks and the the drinks would fly all over us. Um, it was a pretty interesting in stadium experience. I will say, but I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Um, it was it was a day for the books. That's for sure. I loved it. I loved start, finish, the end. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Do you guys have any questions, comments that you want to drop in before I dip out, head back home? Let me see if you guys got anything in the comments for me. Shout out to any of you guys who said what's up today. Y'all made me feel like a celebrity today. I don't know what. It was crazy how many people said what's up to me and took a picture with me. Um, so if that's any of you guys, shout out to you, man. Yeah, you guys made me feel real special today. It was pretty crazy, but appreciate all the SDS, man. You guys are the best. Any news on Banks? I heard a little bit about that. Obviously, Banks wasn't able to finish the game. Jonathan Feliciano finished the game. It, based on what Shanahan said, it didn't sound like it was too serious, but they gotta wait and see. So that's one thing that we'll be on alert of throughout the week to see what the status is of Aaron Banks and what that looks like. So we'll see about that. How many have you drank? You're on your 13th Twisted Tea. I don't drink, but if I did drink, I'd probably drink at these games, but I don't drink. But yeah, what a win, what a game. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to be this big of a blowout. I really didn't see this panning out like this. Can I afford to drink at games? I could, but thankfully I don't do that, so I don't have to pay $17 for a beer when I'm at a game. Although I'm not gonna lie, there's sometimes I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, a beer would be phenomenal right now. But every once in a while, I'll have a beer. Nothing crazy. Feliciano didn't miss a beat. No, he didn't. He's a starting caliber offensive line. That's why, I mean, you guys know I've been saying all offseason, like, we got a starting caliber offensive lineman as a backup. So it's a good spot to be in. But I'm going to start heading home. Shout out to everyone, all of you guys. Enjoy the win. Enjoy the night. Victory Monday is going to be a lot of fun, especially at the expense of Cowboys and Cowboys fans. I'm really looking forward to it, and going to have a blast with all the memes tomorrow and all that good stuff. But another phenomenal win. Remind me, we're 5-0. We're 5-0 on the year, and man, feels good. Feels good. Shout out to all you guys. I appreciate you always tapping in after the games. We'll do our live tomorrow on Monday. Oh, Monday's film breakdown day, so we'll do the film tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be a fun offensive film breakdown tomorrow. So tap in for the film breakdown tomorrow. We'll do the offense, cooking the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go. Let's go. Tomorrow's going to be a fun film breakdown. Looking forward to it. We got a lot of touchdowns. We got a lot of pancakes. We got a lot of big plays. We got boys balling. It's going to be a good time. Appreciate you guys. I'm out of here.